In the summer of 2023, the quiet town of Hollow Creek, nestled deep in the forests of Oregon, became the epicenter of a terrifying mystery that would haunt its residents forever. What began as a series of bizarre sightings soon escalated into a chilling nightmare that still remains unsolved. It all started on a warm June evening. A group of teenagers decided to explore the old abandoned mines just outside town, a place long rumored to be haunted. The mines were a popular spot for thrill seekers, but the locals often warned of a strange presence that lurked in the shadows. Undeterred, the group ventured deep into the tunnels, laughing and joking, their flashlights flickering against the damp walls. Hours passed, and when the teens didn't return, their parents grew worried. A search party was organized, and volunteers combed through the dense woods and dark tunnels. They found nothing but eerie silence and the faint echoes of dripping water. Just as the search was about to be called off, one of the volunteers stumbled upon something chilling, a torn piece of clothing covered in blood, caught on a jagged rock deep within the mine. The next day, as the police ramped up their search efforts, strange things began happening in Hollow Creek. Residents reported seeing shadowy figures lurking at the edge of the forest. Pets went missing. At night, eerie, unidentifiable sounds echoed through the streets. Low, guttural noises that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. A week later, a local man named Tom Barrett went missing. He was last seen walking his dog near the woods. His wife, Emily, reported that he had seemed different in the days leading up to his disappearance. Distant, almost as if he were hearing things no one else could. His dog returned home hours later, whimpering, with its fur matted and wet, but Tom was never found. The fear in Hollow Creek grew palpable. People locked their doors and windows at night, and the once vibrant town became a ghost town after sunset. The local sheriff, desperate to keep order, increased patrols, but even his deputies were unnerved. They whispered about seeing things in the forest, shapes that darted between the trees, eyes that seemed to glow in the dark. One night, Sheriff Mason received a call from a panicked resident who claimed she saw a man standing at the edge of her property, staring at her house. When she approached, he vanished into thin air. The next day, she was found dead in her living room, her face twisted in terror, eyes wide open, staring into the distance. There were no signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, nothing. Over the next few months, more people disappeared, each leaving behind only questions and fear. The few who claimed to have seen something spoke of a shadowy figure, tall, with unnaturally long limbs, moving with an eerie grace. Some said it whispered to them, calling them into the woods. By October 2023, the town was gripped by paranoia. Stories of the Hollow Creek haunt spread online, attracting amateur ghost hunters and thrill seekers. None of them stayed long. They spoke of feeling watched, of hearing whispers that grew louder the deeper they ventured into the woods. Some claimed they saw the same shadowy figure standing among the trees, its eyes glowing like embers. Then, on a cold, snowy night in January 2024, a chilling discovery was made. A group of hikers, unaware of the town's recent history, stumbled upon a clearing deep in the woods. In the center was a circle of stones, and at its heart lay a strange, ancient-looking symbol carved into the ground. Around it, scattered in a haphazard fashion, were the missing belongings of those who had disappeared: clothes, shoes, watches, covered in a thin layer of frost. Terrified, the hikers reported their find to the authorities. The FBI was called in, but despite their best efforts, they could not determine who or what was responsible. The case remains open to this day, with new leads turning up dead ends. The town of Hollow Creek is now mostly abandoned, its residents too afraid to return. Those who remain refuse to speak of what happened, as if afraid that even mentioning it might bring the darkness back. The few who dare to venture near the old mines or the woods at night say the air is different there, thicker, colder. And if you listen closely, some say you can still hear the faint whispers of the lost, calling out from the depths of the forest. forever trapped in the grip of whatever dark force haunts Hollow Creek. Whatever happened there between 2023 and 2024 is still shrouded in mystery. The only certainty is that something evil lurks in those woods, waiting, watching, hungering for more. Will you be the next to disappear into the shadows of Hollow Creek? Subscribe for more terrifying tales and real-life mysteries.